It's been 1 week since the M1 Macbook Airs, MacBook Minis, and MacBook Pros have been released, and lots of benchmarks have been released to answer the question, should you get the 8GB versus the 16GB version? So in this review, we're going to be talking about my thoughts of an extended use of 8GB version of the MacBook Air and my thoughts on seeing some benchmarks and testing with my MacBook Air compared to a 16GB version that I've seen online. I would say that there's only a couple reasons why you would want to upgrade to the 16GB version. Early benchmarks and performance show that even between the 8GB variants and the 16GB variants of the MacBook Air or MacBook Pro seem to have similar benchmarks in video export and photo export. One of the reasons you would want to upgrade is because you are the type of individual who would consistently think about, did you make the right purchase? If you are concerned with future proofing or you are concerned with longevity, you would want to upgrade to the 16GB. So one of the main concerns that people are bringing up from reviews is the swap memory concerns. Swap memory is when the computer will utilize SSD space to handle having a lack of RAM available. Now, from my own tests, I'd only found that I'd use significant swap memory when running extensive benchmarks and typically didn't see it when gaming, such as playing Dota 2 or League of Legends. So for most users, I would state that you probably do not have to worry about pushing the limits of swap memory or the longevity of your device if you were just using it for office or even video editing in 4K. Now, in terms of actually getting better performance, there is a YouTuber who has described not getting any difference in his export tests with Lightroom or Xcode, and that most of the difference was negligible or most users wouldn't notice it at all. So with that in mind, I would state that you also don't need to get the additional 8GB of RAM. Now for my own channel, I'll be getting the 16GB as well to be testing, but there was a slight delay due to the Apple Atlanta location closing due to a shooting, unfortunately. But for those of you wanting to see some benchmarks for me to test, I have a request to do War Thunder, and I'm looking to test other things that people have requested, such as Blender, League of Legends, and testing it with OBS streaming. This has been my thoughts on the 8GB versus 16GB question. Let me know if you have any comments below. I'd love to see you guys chat, and I'll see you guys in the next one.